starring Lee Marvin.
Bye, Carl.
Good night, Lloyd. I'm very glad you talked to me the way you did.
I didn't mean to hurt you.
No, you were right. And I'll probably be a lot happier for it. Good night, Lloyd.
Don't turn around. Put your hands on top of the car.
Hey, what is this?
Lean forward. You don't want to get killed, do you, mister?
You can't get away with this.
Don't try to look at me.
My name is Frank Ballinger, Detective Lieutenant, M Squad, a special detail of the Chicago Police. We work on cases when requested by other departments or when there are unusual circumstances. The murder of Lloyd Weldon, a businessman, came into that category. It was being investigated by homicide, but the dead man's widow was a friend of Captain Gray's wife.
Mrs. Weldon doesn't expect any consideration, Frank, but, well, I felt I ought to do something.
Well, that's what friends are for.
Yeah, that's right. Well, check it out, will you, and see that nothing's been overlooked, and that should cover it.
Okay. What's this long red hairs found on his coat?
I don't know. His wife's a brunette.
Oh. How about traces of lipstick on the farm?
Yeah. And there was no reason for him to have been on the north side at 1:15 in the morning.
Where should he have been?
Home about midnight. There was a business meeting downtown.
So his wife didn't suspect another woman, huh?
No, I don't think she does. See if you can find that redhead, will you?
Sure.
No, Frank. Will you stop in at Miss Weldon's on your way back and tell her we're doing what we can?
Sure.
Thanks.
Weldon had been shot in the back at close range, and there was evidence that he had been visiting a woman. I headed for the street where Weldon's body had been found. I questioned people in the immediate neighborhood. I was looking for blood stains in the snow. There were plenty where Weldon had died, and blood on his car indicated he could have been shot before he got into it. If that was true, there should be another blood stain at the place where the shooting occurred. About 2 hours later, I met a janitor who had something for me.
It was dark and froze hard, but it sure looked like blood to me.
Was there quite a bit of it?
Well, it didn't look like a nosebleed.
Show me where it was, huh?
Oh, you're a cop, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it was just about right here, frozen in the snow.
So maybe you can help me. I'm looking for a woman rather young, redheaded, very attractive, either single or else her husband's away a lot.
Well, we got 200 apartments here. A good many of the women are redheads.
Anything better than that?
Well, some are single, some are married to traveling men. They don't bother with me. I don't know much about them.
I'd like to have a list of their names.
Come on.
None of the redheads filled the bill, but one woman was a listener. She'd heard a Mrs. Carla Kinross say goodnight to someone about the time of the shooting. Mrs. Kinross was a divorcee and a redhead.
Sure you won't have some coffee?
Well, thank you, no. The murdered man's name was Lloyd Weldon. Was he a friend of yours?
No. I don't know him. And I don't know how he was shot.
Well, how do you know that he was killed with a gun?
Isn't it usually shooting?
Not always.
Well, in any case, I know nothing about it.
Mrs. Kinross, you know, a lot of trouble can develop over withholding information from the police.
Yes, I've heard that.
You had a visitor last night, shortly before Mr. Weldon's body was found 2 blocks from here.
So?
So I'll have to have the visitor's name.
I can see no reason for giving it to you. It wasn't Mr. Weldon.
I'm investigating a murder case. I'll have to have his name.
I realize that you must ask questions. Embarrassing questions. But I'm sure that you don't want to cause me great pain and unhappiness.
Of course not, Miss Kinross. What was his name?
No purpose could be served by telling you.
A man has been killed. It's very possible that your visitor might have seen something on the street.
He's an old friend. He came here to discuss my investments. I don't want to make trouble for him. He's a married man with a very jealous wife.
What is his name?
Arthur Vincent. He's my broker.
What time did he leave here?
I don't know, 12:15, 12:30.
I was informed that he left closer to 1 o'clock.
Mr. Vincent left closer to midnight. I had no other visitors.
Thank you, Mrs. Kinross. Carla Kinross was a smart woman. Whether she was telling the truth or not, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. But I put a stakeout on her in case she tried to leave town. Then I drove to the Weldon apartment to prepare Mrs. Weldon not only for the sort of unpleasantness that usually arises in such police cases, but for what might be said in the newspapers.
I'm afraid, Lieutenant, that anything I have to say simply won't support the prevailing theory. There was no other woman.
Oh?
The other officer suggested that Lloyd was possibly involved with another woman. Well, now, I don't know why he did that, but I know it's not true.
How do you know?
There's an old saying that the wife is always the last one to know. I don't believe that. If she's honest with herself, she knows that there's trouble. There wasn't any trouble. Lloyd wasn't unhappy, I know that.
I'll certainly take your word for that, Mrs. Weldon.
You're not married, are you, Lieutenant?
No. It's just that I guess I never got around to it.
You're a little like Lloyd was. He was 35 years old before he met the woman that he wanted to marry. It was very important to him. He wanted to be sure. I think he was.
Ann Weldon's complete faith in her marriage contradicted the evidence we already had, all of which pointed to another woman in her husband's life. But sometimes in this job, you have to believe people. And I wanted to believe Mrs. Weldon, for her sake. When I arrived back at the office, Carla Kinross's midnight visitor was waiting for me. Arthur Vincent confirmed her story. He'd called on Carla to discuss her investments and left at 12:15. He'd seen no one else and heard no shots. I had no grounds now to suspect Carla of holding out on me.
Well, a lab man checked the spot where the janitor thought he saw blood on the snow. There were minute traces, frozen. They ran some tests, and the blood was the same type as Weldon's.
Well, I can't place Weldon in any of the apartments, blonde, brunette, or redhead. You know, there's another angle.
Yeah, what's that?
Stick-ups. There's been 9 stick-ups in that district in the past 2 months. All of them the same type as Weldon.
Well, there's always that. But the men didn't all have lipstick smears and hadn't been seeing redheads.
No. They were all out late at night on deserted streets.
You know, Frank, it could be that Weldon was shot on the street.
Your guess is as good as mine. You know, there's something about these stick-ups. They all have a similar ring.
Yeah?
I think I'm going to do a little research. I went to the robbery detail at police headquarters. The pattern of the 9 holdups, 10 if you counted Weldon, was almost identical. 3 of the men had an idea it might have been a woman. But none was positive, because none saw the bandit. The M.O. was identical to that once used by a woman known as Ma Nelson and her male accomplice, Jack Green. It was familiar because I was in on breaking the case. Green was still in prison, but Ma Nelson had come back to Chicago 2 years ago. I decided to check her out.
It must be a slow day at headquarters. I can always tell. We're either arresting each other or coming around bothering people. Well, what is it this time?
Somebody's been working your old racket, Ma.
Jack and I had no copyright on it. If you think I'm doing so well for myself, why would I be living in this pad?
Well, who knows? Maybe you're saving up for your old age, huh?
No, I got a better reason than that, Copper. Maybe you didn't know it, but Jack and me was married once.
We know it.
Did you know we had a kid?
Yep.
Well, that's her puppy you hear. She don't hardly remember her daddy, but she sure was crazy about him.
Just as long as she doesn't take after him. How old is she now?
I don't know. Let me think. Kind of lose track of time in prison. Oh, 19 be my guess.
I'd like to meet her sometime. Just as long as you didn't tell her that I was the man that sent her father to prison.
She wouldn't like that. She's an excitable kid.
You're sure that you haven't been teaching her Jack's old routines, huh? How to collect wallets off a good time, Charlie's?
And so is Lona. Hello, baby. Did that talk wake you up? This is Lieutenant Ballinger. He's another one of them. You'll meet them all in time.
Hello, Lona.
You did it. You sent my daddy away to prison.
You should have told me she was in there. You know, it's not nice to eavesdrop, Lona.
You took him away from me.
Now, baby, don't let him bother you. You gotta put up with it. It's a slow day at headquarters. Why don't you blow? You got nothing on me. Now get out.
We haven't discussed how you make your living, Ma.
I got a job. Head food checker at the Rantley Hotel. Go ask him. Now get out.
Let me talk to him, Ma. I got a message for him.
You better get out fast, Copper, or you'll get trouble you can't handle. I'll call my lawyer.
The mother lion protecting her young. That's a little out of character for you, Ma. Why don't you do her a favor and keep her off the streets at night?
Don't be a fool, baby. Not here. Not where we live. They'd come get us and take us away. You'd spoil everything. Then we wouldn't have no more fun together.
I don't like him. I want to meet him again. I owe him something.
No, Lana, no, please. He's a cop. You'd never get away with it.
Yes, I could.
Several days later, the papers were still talking about the other woman in the Weldon case. I knew what it was doing to Ann Weldon, so I called on her to see if I could ease things a little.
I've never felt so helpless. Captain Gray doesn't believe me when I tell him that Lloyd wasn't involved with any other woman. He just looks at me. You don't believe it either, do you?
I want to, Mrs. Weldon, very much.
I think you do. We're a little bit alike. We always want to give the person in doubt a break. Why do you look at me like that?
I guess I admire you. The way that you believe in your husband, your courage.
Thank you very much for saying that.
Mrs. Weldon, do any of these names mean anything to you? Jocelyn Vance?
No.
Mary Gaynor?
No.
Carla Kinross? Celeste Howard?
Who are these people, Lieutenant? Why do you ask?
Well, part of my job is to ask questions. These women live in the neighborhood where the shooting took place.
Lloyd wasn't involved with any other woman.
The name Carla Kinross did ring a bell, though, didn't it?
Yes, it did. I know about Carla. Lloyd was very fond of her. There was a time when he loved her very much. That was a long time ago. People can and do love more than once. It's very human.
Must you be so strenuous? You've come at a bad time. I was just going out.
I may have to change your destination unless I get some answers.
Perhaps you better come in. What is it you want?
The truth in all of it.
Well, I don't understand.
Did you really think that I wouldn't find out that you'd known Weldon for years?
I thought I stood a good chance.
He was here the night he got killed, wasn't he?
He was here. He was also very much alive when he left.
You mean when he walked out on you?
There's a nicer way of putting it. But substantially, that's what he did.
That must have made you awfully angry. Maybe enough to try to stop him?
No, Lieutenant, that's where we part company. I may have been hurt, but not enough to follow him, with or without a gun. There's nothing left to follow, do you understand?
No.
It's quite easily explained. The walking out took place a long time ago. We said goodbye and both went in our opposite directions. Married a girl named Anne, and I'm one of those fortunate women, Lieutenant. There were so many men who wanted to marry me, it took me 5 years to get down the list. When I got to the bottom, there was still only one man I wanted. So I came back and I tried again. Be embarrassed to know how hard I tried. He came to see me when I asked him, and he listened. And then he went away again. Very sad little story, isn't it, Lieutenant?
It got a lot worse outside in the street.
I read about it the next day. Do you know Ann Weldon?
I've talked with her.
If you talk to her again, tell her she meant everything to Lloyd.
Had too much of a head start on me. I couldn't find the gunman's car.
Lona? Honey? Where have you been so long?
I told you where I went to a movie.
With the dog? And the gun? Give me the gun. Honey. Lona.
I followed him all afternoon. Every place he went.
Ballinger.
And when it got dark, I waited for him to come out. And I should have walked up behind him. Then I wouldn't have missed.
No, honey, baby. We're in this for some fast money. Not to kill people. That makes the big trouble. That gets the big rap. From the law.
But you told me to use the gun and the stick-ups.
But only to scare 'em, Lona, honey, that's all. They scare easy. That's the way I always worked it. They give up real fast. What you did the other night makes the big trouble.
All right, I did it. And I'll do it again if I ever see that cop.
About this case that bothered me, and a lot of people, too. But somehow I couldn't get the picture of Ann Weldon, still in the dark about her husband's death, out of my mind. I went to see her. We checked it out thoroughly, Mrs. Weldon. Your husband saw Carla Kinross only once the night it happened. And he must have made it very clear to her how he felt. Because the kind of woman she is, it must have been very difficult for her to admit that she struck out. But that's how it was.
Thank you very much for telling me, Lieutenant. There's something more, isn't there?
No, that's all.
Why did you tell me?
I wanted to.
No, I mean, why you? Why not Captain Gray?
The same thing.
Is it? Lieutenant, there's something here that I don't really quite understand.
Well, we're trying to set up a trap for a couple of possible suspects, but the only way it'll work is if they still think that we're looking for the other woman.
I see. And so until it works, I can't say anything to anybody to clear Lloyd's name.
That's about it.
Then you shouldn't have told me, should you?
I thought you deserved to know.
Thank you very much. You have nothing to worry about. Lieutenant, you're very like Lloyd. Considerate, and you don't like to hurt other people. Thank you very much.
In my job, sometimes we have to hurt people. We worked out a system to cover Ma Nelson around the clock. If she made a suspicious move, either in the same territory or a new one, I could be there in a matter of minutes. Once they went to a movie, twice to a neighborhood bar. The stakeout continued. Then late one night, I got a rush call from the captain.
Frank, the girl's walking her dog 1 block over. I hear your Playboy clothes, and this is a policewoman.
Hi.
You're taking her home. Pick out a building somewhere near the girl. Take Miss Davis inside and then get back out on the street.
Right.
If there's a night clerk on duty, explain the situation to him. And Frank, don't take any chances and let this girl shoot at you. We got the street blocked off. All you've got to do is get robbed.
And slugged.
Well, you can duck, can't you?
Lean over quick. You don't want to get killed, do you, mister?
You never killed anybody, have you, Lona?
Oh, Ballinger. What a break for me. Get... Ma! Let her go! Ma! Run, baby, run!
Drop it, Ma!
Go ahead, copper. I'm not afraid. I'll kill you before you get me.
Ma! Let go of me. Oh, you hurt! You hurt!
Are you hit, Frank?
No, I'm all right.
Oh, hiya, boy. Looks like we gotta get you a good home, huh?
Routine police work, checking out every possibility, took us off the wrong angle on the Weldon case and put us on the right one. 12 citizens of Chicago found Lona and Ma Nelson guilty of murder and sent them to the death house. But later, the sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. My great satisfaction was knowing that the solution of the case confirmed Ann Weldon's faith in her husband's love.
Squad. Starring Lee Marvin.